welcome everyone to a simply short and painless review of Backlash 2016 with your hosts, the master of the brain damage,
Martin.
and the one and only Sam H. Yeah, this is Backlash 16 review. And we started off with Daniel Bryan and Shane McMahon.
Yeah, in the ring, just sort of generally talking about the show and the fans and the impact they've had on SmackDown Live and everything else. And they be opening up with the Women's Six-Pack Elimination Challenge match for the new SmackDown Women's Championship. So obviously, just a quick refresher, you had Alexa Bliss,
Looked hot as Harley Quinn.
Naomi,
No.
Carmella,
I would, but I don't want Big Cass giving me a big boot.
Nikki Bella,
No. Cena's been there.
Becky Lynch,
No, she's got weird hair.
and Natalia.
No, just no.
Yeah, this was a fairly decent match. Alexa Bliss was the first to be eliminated. Had like this weird suplex and neck breaker from the top rope with Natalia and Naomi hitting it on Alexa. Then the next to go was it Naomi, I think?
Yes, possibly.
Yeah. Then it was followed by Natalia. And then Carmella eliminated Nikki Bella.
Yeah, that was a strange one.
Yeah, and then it was left down to Carmella and Becky Lynch for who was going to be the women's champion.
Yeah, this was okay. There was some good back and forth here between the final two. A few nasty looking slaps.
Yeah, got a bit bitchy cat fight.
Yeah, there was a complaint raised. It was like, this isn't wrestling, this is cat fighting.
Yep. So, but in the end, I believe Carmella went to go for her finisher, and then Becky rolled her up and turned it into her armbar.
Yeah, the disarmer.
Disarmer.
Yep, so we were 0-1.
Yep. Becky Lynch is your new women's champion.
And well, from one of the only times it just makes sense.
Yeah.
Out of the 6, you would say she was the one.
Yeah. And our second match was the newly rescheduled third semi-final from the tag team tournament.
Yeah.
You had the Hype Bros facing off against the new Usos, who had a new look for us. They were all in black and they had white hoodies on.
Oh, God. Yeah, I found this pretty hilarious. Their entrance video says, "Play hard in the paint." And they come out, and they're not wearing any paint. It's like excellent booking, WWE. Just well done.
Yeah, a lot of people picked up on this, I can imagine. So yeah, it was an okay match. The Usos ended up picking up the victory with a nasty looking submission, sort of a half Boston Crab, and
Yeah, they made like an effort to injure Zack Ryder's leg. It was worked on for most of the match. So yeah, they put him in that submission, and predictably, as you'd expect, Zack Ryder tapped out. So
Yeah.
Usos go into the final. The heel Usos.
yeah. So and then I believe possibly had a backstage segment with Bray Wyatt attacking Randy Orton,
Yeah.
and he'd he trapped his foot in a doorway and was applying pressure on the door, crushing Randy's ankle. And then some guy in the background ran off. Then all of a sudden, literally the smallest referee on the roster come out. That's enough, bro. Break it up. And he did.
It took one security guard to stop Bray Wyatt, and 12 of them couldn't stop Brock Lesnar.
No.
It's like, Christ. I mean, we sort of read before the pay-per-view, this was between our prediction show and this one, that this match wouldn't be happening.
No, because Randy hasn't been cleared to compete due to a concussion he suffered during his match against Lesnar at SummerSlam. And he would, in fact, be facing Kane. But nothing official at this point. It was just all rumours. So, yeah. And then moving on to our next match, which I believe was our Intercontinental title match.
Yeah, there was a silly backstage thing saying Miz, the big A-lister he is, wanted to renegotiate his contract with Daniel Bryan.
Yeah.
And it was like, yeah, great, okay. Because I'm sure that he's just going to give you whatever you want.
Yeah.
Now, we're going to be completely honest with this match.
It wasn't very good.
Boring. I mean, Miz is just such a boring wrestler.
And unfortunately, Dolph's starting to fall into that category now as well, because he's always playing the happy-go-unlucky guy. He's always up there and he's, fighting for the titles out, but when it comes to the actual title matches, never quite gets the job done.
Yeah, they even mentioned this in the commentary, that he's becoming a guy who talks big, but yet can't seal the deal, can't close it off. And my God, the ending of this match, lazy booking 101.
Miz started crawling away outside of the ring. Didn't want anything to do with finishing the match up. And then Ziggler went outside, put him on his shoulders, carried him back to the ring, put him in the ring. And then as he was going through the ropes, he got distracted by Maurice and she sprayed something in his eyes. And then The Miz hit the skull-crushing finale.
Yes.
To retain the title.
And you asked me this question right after this match. Maybe the fans could help, but it was, has The Miz ever successfully defended a title without cheating? In the last, 7 years or so. And I said, the only time I can remember is during his WWE title run, which was terrible, I might add.
Yeah.
At the Elimination Chamber that year, he defended the WWE title against 67-year-old Jerry the King Lawler. And that was his only title defense he won cleanly.
Oh, dear.
So it hasn't changed anything. He's still a coward. He's still boring as hell, and the boring train that is the IC title reign rolls on.
Yeah. So, and then, after that, I believe it was time for the Eater of Worlds to make his appearance.
Yes.
Now, when he come out to the ring, obviously we already knew that Randy was hurt. So the official announced that Randy was injured and he wouldn't be able to compete tonight. So Bray had informed the ring announcer that he wanted the referee to do the 10 count and Bray win by forfeit.
Yep.
So that's what happened. And then someone at ringside gave the ring announcer another piece of paper. And as Bray went to exit the ring, we then got informed that Bray would be fighting in a match tonight. And it would be a no-holds-barred match against this person.
Which we all knew who it was.
Yeah. And inevitably, we heard the bang, and then Kane's music hit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was an okay match, but I think it's safe to say me and you both got our views on this, and again, lazy and confusing booking from the creative teams backstage, and well, it's getting to the point where why do they bother having Bray Wyatt around? They're just dead set on burying him all the time.
Really not working. I mean, this match was all right. They had a few good spots in it. The running senton onto the table. And then when Randy Orton came out, you just knew where it was going.
Yeah.
Bray has lost another match he should have won.
Yeah. I mean, we've discussed this in the past, that Bray Wyatt could easily be the new Undertaker, you know, the wrestler that everyone fears and doesn't want to go up against, but they've just basically ballsed it up every time. The last 3 years he's been buried in matches where he should be going over in, and he's putting ridiculous segments to put over part-time wrestlers.
It's like I'm getting a list together, and I must have got so many matches that he should have won and didn't.
Yeah.
And the matches that he did win, it was like, they're not going to help his career. They weren't against guys that mean anything.
No, and it's really frustrating as a fan to watch this.
It's like, we are so lacking in top-level heels at the moment. You have practically, it was given to them.
Yeah.
And they've blown it again.
Yeah. Yeah, and all it is to bullshit this further along. Oh, you know, Bray's going to want to get his payback on Randy for costing him the match. He lost to Kane, for crying out loud.
Yeah, I said this during the match. I was like, when was the last time Kane actually won a match?
When he was relevant.
I mean, Christ, the guy is so out of shape. He can barely work a match that lasts more than about 8 minutes.
Yeah, so I think that's all we're willing to state on that.
Yeah, I am pissed off on it.
Without going too far into it and spend about half an hour on it.
Yeah, we could.
Right, well, let's move on to the semi-final. Warm us up, allegedly, for the main event.
Yeah.
We had the final of the tag team tournament. You had the Usos against Rhino and Heath Slater.
Yeah, there was a funny segment earlier in the night with Heath Slater complaining about his bowel problems.
Yeah, but yet he literally just told Renee he was great. He was looking forward to earning a SmackDown contract and being tag team champion. And then Rhino, after a few minutes, I told him, "Man, we're still live."
Yeah. And he was like, "Oh, gotta go again."
So yeah, again, this match was okay.
Yeah, nothing special.
No, but in the end, Rhino and Heath Slater are our new SmackDown Tag Team Champions.
Yeah, one of the Usos, I can't remember which one, took a gore. And Heath Slater, who was the legal man, rolled over, pinned him for the 1, 2, 3. And it's in the books. They're the first SmackDown Tag Champions.
Yep. And Heath Slater now has a contract to represent SmackDown.
And it does raise the question, now who's the hottest free agent in the business?
Yeah. Give us your ideas. Who you think that may be? I mean, we did try clawing a few names together, but unfortunately they're not free agents anymore. I mean, you mentioned Cody Rhodes.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I've been led to believe he's signed a deal with TNA.
Oh dear.
You could make an argument for Wade Barrett or Bad News Barrett, whatever you want him to go by. But he signed a deal with Ring of Honor last week.
James Storm?
Yep, possibly. But then he's left TNA, and there's impending rumours that he's going back to NXT to work with his buddy, Mr. Glorious himself,
Oh,
Bobby Roode.
so we might get a reunion of beer money. Da-da-da-da-da.
That would be impressive to see it on a higher scale.
But no, that was. And now we come to the main event of the evening, and probably the one match worth watching.
Yeah. You had the new face that runs the place, AJ Styles,
Yeah.
facing off against your WWE heavyweight champion, Dean Ambrose.
Do you know?
So yeah, this was fair enough. I know the whole card before wasn't exactly setting the world alight, but
It was not.
this was a pretty decent match. Very entertaining, I thought.
Like we predicted, this was match of the night. Not difficult, considering what came before.
No.
But you could tell they were really trying to pull it out. There was a lot of decent things in there.
A few pops and risky moves. I mean, Dean went for... I think was he originally going for a top rope back suplex, but
Yeah.
it sort of misfired a little bit, and AJ ended up landing on his front.
Yeah, he messed up the flip, and he had to put his knees out to stop him landing on his face.
Yeah.
There was an interesting drop kick through the middle rope.
Yeah, and then as well, I believe didn't Dean toss AJ on the side of the apron?
Oh,
he done
yeah.
a flip toss, and he went into the ring post.
Yeah, that was pretty nasty.
So yeah, but despite Dean Ambrose's best efforts, we had a segment over by the turnbuckle, and the referee sort of got stunned in amongst it all, and AJ Styles hit a low blow on Dean Ambrose, and he hit the Styles Clash
Yes.
and picked up the victory. So the face that runs the place is also your new WWE Heavyweight Champion.
It's something I never thought I'd see. I mean, AJ Styles, who for many years said would never make it to the WWE, would never be champion, has got the main belt.
Yeah.
He's at the top.
Don't get me wrong, I'm more than happy for him, and he has deserved it, and the work he's done so far since he's come in has been really good. Really top standard, I think.
It must be the only former TNA champion to be WWE champion.
Yeah, I mean, who knows down the line when he makes the inevitable trip up to the main roster, you might be able to put Samoa Joe in that category.
Yeah, possibly. Or Austin Aries.
Yeah, or Glorious himself, Bobby Roode.
Oh, that's going to happen eventually.
It's got to be, and I'll tell you now, it's going to be Glorious.
Glorious.
So yeah, and that was Backlash.
Yeah, it was quite a short show, only 2.5 hours.
yeah, no, I think it was just over 2.5, wasn't it?
Yeah. But in all honesty, if you planned on watching it, I would just skip to the main event. Really, I'm not even joking. Just... And maybe the final of the tag titles if you like a good feel-good story.
Yeah, and Heath had a message for his wife Beulah.
Uh-oh.
They're upgrading the house, I believe he said.
Yeah. They're going to a double wide.
Yeah, so we'll see what Heath's got in store with Rhino on SmackDown.
Right, I think that about wraps things up.
Yep.
So, from your hosts, the Master of the Brain Damage,
I've been Martin.
and the one and only Sam H, we will see you again for the next one. See you later.